It almost doesn't matter how many warnings you get about how bad it is. Raqqa still looks even worse on the ground. The wind still carries the stench of the dead. The first roads cleared of mines when ISIS was driven out head right to Naim Square. Do you remember the stories about this place? ISIS's brutal playground, executions, heads on stakes. Now, the victors dance. The men and women of the Syrian Democratic Forces, mostly Kurds, some Arabs, backed up by heavy American and British air power, ended ISIS's hold here. So there is something to celebrate, but the city is hardly free. That soldier charging ahead is Ismail Khalil. He used to be a pharmacist here in Raqqa. Wants to show us how diabolical ISIS's rule really was. The stadium was one of the last structures ISIS held, used as a jail. See those outlines of people in the stands? That's how ISIS snipers trained. Less easy to spot what cruelties they inflicted down below.
Wow, it's dark.
كلها معتقلات داعش.
إيش بها؟ من فضلك.
نبلش من هنا.
شو هذا? What is this?
الغرفة هاي أول غرفة للتعذيب. هاي يحطوا فيها الشبح. يشبح الواحد شبح. يعني بيعلقوه بالبلينجو.
Did you find people in here?
وجدتم ناس هنا عندما وصلتم؟ إيه حررنا منهم ناس نعم. حررنا.
Alive or were mostly bodies?
في منهم كانوا أحياء وفي لقينا جثث ميتة هون. I want to show you this.
Okay.
Make no mistake, death still threatens.
This room is fully mined. And you haven't cleared the mines out of here yet?
ما حسنا نفتحها ملغمة من فتحناها تفجر. We couldn't open it.
Okay.
Below the stadium are kilometers of tunnels linking to other buildings in the city. Some of those are still filled with mines too. Last-minute traps laid there by ISIS. And ISIS prisoners tortured here until the very end.
حلقة حلقتين ثلاثة أربعة يربطوه هيك يربطوه يعلقوه هون يظل معلق أسبوع أسبوعين yes.
Okay. I mean, look at the way the concrete is sort of eaten away. So there must have been a lot of weight on that chain.
Horrors when you look up, real oddities when you look down. Drugs everywhere.
Okay, so Ismail, I know you're a pharmacist. Can you help me with something? There's drugs all over the place here. What are they?
اسمه ترامادول عيار 200.
Massive shipments of this synthetic opioid bound for ISIS have been interrupted all over the world.
داعش يستخدمون هذا الحبوب يوز مشان تعطيهم قوة تعذيب. يعني هذا الحب يفقد السيطرة ما يخليه بوعيه فيصير يضرب الموقوف والسجين لحتى يعذبه لحتى ينهي.
So you're saying it's not actually for the people they're torturing, it's for themselves. It's for the ISIS fighters.
Ismail is off again, a man on the hunt, powering right past a leftover Molotov cocktail. Emerging from a room ISIS had used as a court.
Wow. Okay.
أخبارات حكم.
These are all sentencing documents?
ISIS is notoriously obsessed with paperwork like this.
هذا حكم قصاص.
This is evidence of something. So what's going to happen to it?
نحرقها.
We want to burn it.
No, Lesh, why burn it? This is evidence of crimes.
نحن سوينا لقاء مع اللي انسجنوا عند داعش. قالوا الله يسامحهم ما عاد بدنا منهم شيء. المهم خلصنا منهم. بس.
International Criminal Court investigators are trying to build cases, but evidence and witnesses from Syria are proving hard to get. For Ismail, who says he was lashed by ISIS some 400 times, tied to a car and dragged through the streets, justice isn't a court case, it's just revenge.
إني بدي أمسك أي شخص سلم على داعش أي شخص قعد مع داعش أعلنت قتله يعني خالص أنا قتلت أربعة
He has a list of people he's still hunting. For now, we leave him to his paper and his bloodlust. Raqqa's ruins say a lot. The swarm of fat flies let you know the dead are here. The massive unexploded bombs, mortar shells poised to blow, tell you just how violent the final assault was. Grotesquely, some of those bombs are attached to bodies. That's what that silver cylinder is next to the corpse of this ISIS fighter, a booby trap designed to kill anyone who dares move it. The evil is in the details.
Obviously, nothing makes sense in Raqqa now, but some things are particularly strange. It's the baby strollers. Have a look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 of them in this one intersection, all in relatively good condition. Why? It seems that in the last days, when a deal was made to let the ISIS families leave, they gathered in several spots around the city to be taken away in buses. The women and the children were allowed to go. All the strollers had to stay.
ISIS families were spared, not so the hundreds of thousands of residents of Raqqa who are dead or displaced. It's a deathly quiet city now, sometimes punctuated brutally. That explosion, we learned, was an accident. Several soldiers were killed tripping mines here in just a few days. The demining teams trying to make the city safe say they see signs ISIS fighters are still hiding here. And these teams have cleared streets of mines only to find new ones show up.
Newly planted as in when?
Maybe the last night and the early morning, because the blast on it, it was a new one.
So imagine how long it will be before it's safe enough to actually live here. Never mind trying to rebuild any sort of functioning society here, never mind figuring out who will lead this place. As we moved on to look at the shops ISIS had seized from the people of Raqqa, something moved in the buildings behind us.
Did you hear all that?
Something that just poked its head out there. Get in the car. There's something in there. Yep.
Maybe it was nothing. Maybe it was something. But we have to go. The largely Kurdish forces who now hold Raqqa forbid anyone from being here after sunset. And you're only allowed to travel with an armed escort. So the next day, we asked for Ismail.
The song is wonderful. أفضل أغنية عندي إياها. أغنية Lonely in My Life.
You're not lonely. Are you lonely? Ismail, are you married?
No.
There's a story about a love, a woman he's been trying to find again for years.
والله ليك أعطيتها مالي أعطيتها أدوية بالصيدلية يعني أعطيتها كل ما أملك خذلتني وتركتني فصار عندي صدمة فصار عندي عدم ثقة بالبنات.
I'm sorry. أنا آسف.
Thank you.
Then all his tenderness disappears when looking for his pharmacy in roads ruined almost beyond recognition. It's 40 minutes of angry walking with him, Ismail distracted by every memory sparked by what he sees. Stories of dead kids, frightened survivors. He wears that rage, looks like he still wants to kill.
It seems to me that you still want to kill more people.
إي والله. والله yes. Yes.
But back to the pharmacy.
Show me, where was your pharmacy, Ismail? Wayne Pharmacy.
ها هي.
That one right there.
It's here. None of that debris has been cleared of explosives.
كلين هون.
No, 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 don't.
أنا هون كلين أنا مشيت فيه. That's
He wants to look, but there's nothing to see and not much to save. He's ready to fight, but no one knows where the next front will be or whether he can ever come home.
It's okay. Taib, Ismail, Khalas, it's okay.
He is as spent and broken as is Raqqa.